Well, good morning and welcome to Plainsman Park, and welcome into a Saturday of baseball here on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It's day number 2 of the series between the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen and the Southeast Bobcats. I'm Ben Black. Our pregame show on the Eastern Plains Sports Network is made possible to you by Northeastern Junior College. From Plains to Possibilities, Northeastern Junior College has the educational path you are looking for. Visit njc.edu and get your process started today for the 2026-2027 school year. The Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen 2 wins yesterday against Southeast, an 8-0 win in the 7-inning game in game number 1, and then coming from behind to walk it off 9-8 in 10 innings. In game number 2, they are now solely in possession of first place in the Region 9 baseball standings. Yesterday, in other Region 9 baseball action, Otero and McCook split the games that are being played. Games 3 and 4 today out in McCook. Game number 1 went the way of McCook by the score, went the way of Otero, by the score 4-2. McCook won game 2 12-5. They'll be playing at the same time as us, noon and 2:30 Mountain Time today in games 3 and 4. That's your top 3 teams inside the region standings. WNCC is at Trinidad. They're tied with Otero for that third place spot. Luna and Lamar will play their third and fourth games of their season series today after splitting the other day. They are 5th and 6th in the standings. Southeast is tied with Lamar for 6th at 1-5. In Trinidad, 0-4. They've not been in action since playing NJC last weekend. And our game today for the Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen will feature Tony Slazowski on the hill. Sliz got the win in Game 3 last weekend for the Northeastern Plainsmen. That was the 11-3 win. He went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks for Northeastern. That was a bounce-back effort after the loss against Salt Lake in the start of the second day of that series, and he will be tangling for the Southeast Bobcats with Wade Spencer. Wade Spencer making his 8th start of the year. He has just 1 win on the year, but some pretty good numbers. 26 1/3 innings of work, a 371 earned run average, 161 on the whip, maybe a lower strikeout guy, but his pitch to contact has worked very well. It didn't work so well for him last week against Otero. He went 4 2/3 in a no decision in the start of their day 2. Gave up 8 hits, 5 runs came across there, 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. And I think those walks are the key to the contest here today for both of these teams, because we did not see a ton of walks for the team that ended up being the losing team yesterday for Southeast. They didn't have as much patience. It worked well. They got up early in game number 2, but the free passes really came back to bite their pitching, and I think if NJC can continue to do that and continue to draw the walks and draw the free passes, I mean, this is a team that's now at 157 walks drawn off of 32 games played so far this season. That is a very good number, almost 5 walks drawn per game for NJC. If you can continue to do that, draw those free passes, and this is a Bobcat team, 97 walks off of 27 games played coming into the weekend. That's about at 3.5, but we didn't really see a ton of walks yesterday. But those free passes and that patience at the plate, I think, is the key to our game number 3 and 4 in this one. All NJC has to do is take 1 of 2 today to win their second straight series to open up Region 9 play. The Bobcats are hoping for a Saturday sweep to salvage a split. We'll take a break, and when we come back, meet starters and have first pitch next. It's Northeastern Baseball on a Saturday at Plainsman Park on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we'll welcome you back to Plainsman Park as we get set to get underway on this Saturday afternoon. 57 degrees and a soft breeze of 7 miles an hour out of the southwest. Carpet Comfort Center, it's a comfortable Saturday, and if your flooring's not comfortable in your house, get the flooring you need with the professional installation you deserve. They're in the Broadway Plaza Shopping Center in Sterling. Tony Slazowski is on the hill for the Northeastern Plainsmen. He will be caught by Nate Glad. Mike Clark over at first, Zach McVeigh's at second, no Easton Hubbard in the lineup today, George Green at third, and Tavish Day, one of yesterday's heroes at the plate. He's still in the game at short. Tanner Peary in left. Riley Suarez, the walk-off winner yesterday, will be in center field, and Brendan Cleland in right. Southeast back for the most part to their game number 1 lineup from yesterday. But they do have Gabe Dalton as the leadoff man. He was the leadoff man in game number 2. Jordan Monroe hitting second, and Brady Hunt will bat third. Jack Hogan, a great day yesterday. He's batting cleanup. Jacob Perrin is fifth. Tegan Muncie, whom we did not see yesterday, will be batting sixth. Berkey Asa slides back to 7. Crew Mahler over to 8. And Chase McCall is ninth. As we get underway just shy of the noon hour here on 94.5 The Ranch, KCGC Marino. Plainsmen in their grays with the Duck hats today. Southeast in their blacks. And the first pitch, Dalton lifts it out to right, over, and not able to make the catch is Brendan Cleland. He couldn't find it in the sky, and it bangs off his glove, so that's got to go down as an E9 where he touched it, and the leadoff man is on. You saw Cleland when the ball was popped up in the air kind of throw his hands out to the side, couldn't find it, and first baseman Mike Clark kind of gave him some guidance, but could not pull it in, and the leadoff man is on by way of an error to kick off the first inning as the left fielder Jordan Monroe steps in, and Tony Slazowski delivers a first pitch strike to him. Tony gets his signs from Glad, keeps an eye on Gabe Dalton, and drops the second one into the dirt. Stubbs wants you to hop off exit 66A. When you're traveling I-76, find a gem of a place. Gas, auto accessories, all your fresh cooked food from an actual kitchen. That's Stubbs in Wiggins. Slazowski, 1-1, up the ladder, check swing, not going for Jordan Monroe. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Monroe yesterday 0 for 3 in the one game he played for Southeast. 2 balls, 1 strike. Low, 3 balls, 1 strike. It's kind of hard, though, to say that that's a real good indicator of what he is, because the one game he played was against Andrzej Vonk, who was absolutely locked in the complete game shutout yesterday. 3 balls, 1 strike, in tight, ball 4. So a leadoff error on a fly ball to Gabe Dalton. Then Jaron Monroe draws a walk from Tony Slazowski, and Brady Hunt, who caught game 1 yesterday, DH'd game 2, went 4 for 7 across the twin bill, will step in. On the right side, he went oppo on all 4 of his hits yesterday. Everything was to right or right center field. Slazowski, first pitch, breaking ball, fishing goes Hunt for strike number 1. Dalton with the shallow lead out at second. Slazowski, pitch lifted behind the backstop, and he's ahead 0-2. Patience being the key. We saw a first pitch swinging from Dalton that paid dividends in getting on. Now 0-2. Hunt's got to be defensive. Get a ground ball to second. Maybe you can turn something here. Or a strikeout works. 0-2, swing and a miss. Slazowski gets out number 1 in inning number 1 on the strikeout. Now we'll bring up Jack Hogan, who had himself a day yesterday. Hogan went 4 for 7 with a home run and 5 total runs batted in. Everything for him was dead pull, though, left or left center field. And way left center field and gone on the home run. That was way out of here, the one he got a hold of yesterday. That was a part of the 7-run inning that gave Southeast the edge in game number 2. And JC ultimately battled back and walked off in the 10th inning of that game. Slazowski, after a pick throw to second, will come to the plate and deal with Hogan, and he goes fishing again on a breaking ball to open up his at-bat for strike number 1. Slazowski, much different stuff than Andrzej Vonk. And really, either Callum Barron or Dean, kind of akin to Kean Bandy, as Slazowski delivers the pitch, and Hogan hammers the ball out to left. Runner will come home, scooped up by Perry. The relay throw in won't stop Monroe going first to third, and Southeast is on the board first with a Hogan RBI single with one away in the top of inning number 1. And Jacob Perrin comes to the plate. Perrin played both games yesterday, went 1 for 7. The lone hit was a part of game number 2 where he had a single. Did draw a walk. Did the right fielder. The middle of this order has stayed the same. Hunt, Hogan, Perrin. 3, 4, 5 now across 3 games for Southeast. Ball hopped in between the wickets of Glad all the way to the backstop. He can't find it. Monroe comes home. So ball 1 makes it a 2-0 ball game with 1 away, and a runner stays in scoring position for Southeast. Slazowski will have to battle once again after the miscue kicked off the inning and has kind of set the tone. He goes fastball right down the heart of the plate, and Perrin takes it all the way for strike 1. Tony sails one off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Slazowski, 2-1, finds the outer third once again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Search of out number 2 in the top of inning number 1. Slazowski, breaking ball, bounced foul, first base side, and we'll do it again. Jack Hogan stands at second. He drove in the first run, then a pass ball in the dirt allowed the second run to come home. 2-2, Slazowski, breaking ball, locked him up right down the heart. 7th strikeout of the weekend for Jacob Perrin. 5 of his 7 have been backwards Ks, as he got fooled on the location of that one. And 2 away now for Slazowski as he'll deal with Tegan Muncy. Muncy did not play yesterday. The freshman making his 20th start of the year as a .268 hitter. Slazowski paints the outside corner for strike number 1. 3 homers, 10 runs batted in. Only 6 of his 15 hits have been extra base knocks this year. 0-1. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Slazowski will throw his 20th pitch of this first inning after the leadoff error has kind of set the tone. Slazowski gets the pitch. It's lifted out to right center field. Long run for both Cleland and Suarez over. Makes the catch and ends the inning. Jack Hogan drives in a run. A pass ball plates a second. It's Southeast 2, NJC 0, middle of 1 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we welcome you back to Plainsman Park. Bottom of inning number 1, brought to you by Better Electric, covering all your electrical work from residential to commercial to agricultural. Better does matter. 970-521-1030. Wade Spencer, the freshman from Iowa, on the bump for Southeast. Brady Hunt behind the dish. Burke Yassa is playing first. Gabe Dalton second. And Crew Mahler is third. Chase McCall, the shortstop. Jaron Monroe in left. Tegan Muncie in center. And Jacob Perrin in right. For NJC, Tanner Peary will lead things off once again. He's had a very good weekend in that leadoff role. Zach McVeigh takes over the 2-hole. In the stead of Easton Hubbard, Nate Glad will bat third. George Green up to cleanup. After a great start to Region 9 play, Riley Suarez will bat fifth after being the hero late yesterday. Mike Clark will bat sixth. Brendan Clellan seventh. Jet Maisano garnering the start today as the DH after being the game-tying hero in the 9th inning yesterday. And Tavish Day will bat ninth. Tanner Peary in on the right side for NJC. Watches the first pitch by low for ball number 1. Peary 2 for 6 with a run batted in yesterday in his leadoff role. He'll hit a bouncer over to short that takes a Saturday hop to McCall, and he tosses it across the diamond, 6-3 on the putout for out number 1. That brings up Zach McVeigh, who's had a great conference season so far, hitting .500 for NJC. He has 4 runs batted in and has drawn a pair of walks. Yesterday it came in as a pinch hit when Braden Stuft was scuffling in Game 2 and went over 2, but did get on and score a run by way of a error. He takes the first pitch up the ladder for ball number 1. Spencer, second one, dusts him high and tight. 2 balls and 1 strike. Spencer blows a fastball past him. Found a little extra giddy up on that one there than his previous offerings. McVeigh settle back in, down 2-0. He tries to catch up with it and can't. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer, the righty, blows another one past him. Swing and a miss. 3 straight pitches. And out number 2 in the bottom of the first inning as Nate Glad steps to the plate. Glad 2 for 9 with a run batted in yesterday across the doubleheader. He's hit .375 across Region 9 play in 6 games so far this year. First pitch is low for ball number 1. Conversation with Coach Andrew Catchell. I fully expect this to be the only game we see Glad today as he swings and misses at the 1-0, 1-1. Coach Catchell said, I've kind of been riding Glad and Stuffed hard, utilizing them in all 4 games of weekend series, and you don't want to get those legs weary. It's still March. Want everybody to be as fresh as possible come May. Glad foul tip the 1-1. It's now 1-2. Spencer with the pitch. Bounced off foul by Glad to stay alive. Two away, bottom first. Plainsman down 2-0. Spencer breaking ball way off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tanner Peary got ahead 2-0, bounced out to second. McVeigh got ahead 2-0, struck out. Glad got behind 1-2 and just took ball 3 to work it full. 6 for 6 getting on base on full counts in Game 2 yesterday. Glad with the pitch, up and in, ball 4. They're 1 for 1 to start today. That brings up George Green, who in Region 9 play now is 13 for 23 with 6 home runs and 16 runs batted in. Yeah, I'd say he's earned the cleanup spot in this lineup. 3 for 8, 2 homers yesterday, both solo shots. Scored 3 total runs across the doubleheader. Spencer, first pitch to Green at the knees for strike number one. Got a runner on, and we said the walks were going to be key. The walks scored for Southeast, as did the error in the top part of this first inning. Spencer delivers the pitch. Green chases a breaking ball away, 0-2. Plainsmen try to get something going early in this game. Spencer, 0-2, trying to shut it down. He hops it to the plate, taking off for second, and getting there safely on the dirt ball is Nate Glad. So the Plainsmen get a runner into scoring position on the ball that hopped at 58 feet and 6 inches. Hunt just couldn't get it there quick enough to get Glad. 1-2, 2 away. Pitch delivered and hammered back up the middle. Another run batted in Region 9 play for George Green. It's now a 2-1 ball game as Green hammers the single and scores the 2-out walk. It's now 2-1, and to the plate comes yesterday's Game 2 hero. Riley Suarez belted the walk-off single to give NJC the come-from-behind win in 10. 3 for 7 with a homer and 2 total batted in yesterday. 3 runs scored and a stolen base across the 17 innings. He goes opposite field, down into the corner in right field. And trotting it to third goes Green. He's given the wind. The throw coming in, not going to be in time. Heading to third with a triple. Suarez ties the game at 2. Bounced around down in the corner, and having trouble picking it up was Jacob Perrin. And NJC has squared us up for Mike Clark. Clark went 500 yesterday, 4 for 8, and scored 4 runs. As the first baseman was responsible for 12 putouts defensively. Clark, 7 for 16 in Region 9 play, gives NJC a chance to take the lead. It's the first pitch, he hammers off foul for strike 1. Spencer, 0-1. Inside corner, 0-2. Plainsmen have been behind 0-2 in this inning twice. George Green had a single after getting behind 0-2. Suarez at third, 0-2. Clark hammers it off foul. We'll do it again. Two. Breaking ball popped off foul by Clark. He's battling to stay alive. Looking very comfortable this weekend is Clark. Spencer, breaking ball, chipped into the nether regions of Brady Hunt. We'll call that another foul ball to keep the count 0-2. That's why you wear the protective equipment. It even hurts when you do. Umpire walks the ball back out to the pitcher to give Hunt a chance to get his bearings back about him. Spencer, 25th pitch of the inning. Clark again at 0-2. He hammers the ball out to center field, but got under it just a bit. Tegan Muncy chases it down. Nonetheless, NJC gets both back. We're tied at 2 after 1 to the second next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back to Plainsman Park. Top of inning number 2, 2-2 our score between the Northeastern Plainsmen and the Southeast Bobcats. Sterling Health Foods is still open and still in the business of your best health. They'll bend over backwards to get you healthy and make it affordable too with their great rewards plan south of Sterling on Highway 6. 7, 8, and 9, Berkiosa, Crew Mahler, Chase McCall due up for the Bobcats in the second inning. Tony Slazowski, 20 pitches through inning number 1. Leadoff error came around and scored, followed that up with a walk, strikeout twice, and a flyout to center with the single to drive in the run from Jack Hogan, the only hit in the first inning for Southeast. Berkiosa takes the first pitch out of the zone for ball number 1. Played first in game 1 yesterday, played third in game 2, went 1 for 8 across the doubleheader. He takes the pitch low. 2 balls and no strikes. Reached on an error and a fielder's choice. His only hit was a single out to left field yesterday. As the 2-0, he's taken all the way for strike number 1. Slazowski, fastball, Yasa, high fly ball. Ends up being very shallow center field as he got way underneath that one as Suarez trusts on in and makes the catch. One away to Crew Mahler, who's starting at third base here in this one. He only played 1 game yesterday, went 1 for 3 with an infield single. Popped up to first twice. Besides that, against Andrej Vonk as he takes strike 1. Slazowski. Pitch delivered, ball popped up, first base side again. Over goes Clark. He makes the catch for out number 2. So Slazowski, good start to this top of the second. Chase McCall, the shortstop, will step in. McCall also only played the first game yesterday. Had a sacrifice bunt to advance runners. Grounded out to second and struck out against, again, Andrej Vonk. In game 1 yesterday, he takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1, Slazowski dances it near the shins. 1 ball and 1 strike. One offering, flip to the backstop, foul. 1-2. Pitcher, when your offense gets you back after a rough start to a game, to come out with confidence is key. Slazowski hops it in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tony last weekend kind of struggled early in that game and then was able to get through 4, but his pitch count was pretty high. Fly ball on the 2-2 pitch. Out to right field. It's down inside the line. The great relay throw in by Clellan, not in time. And Chase McCall will have a 2-out double for the Bobcats on just the perfectly placed ball. Flip it back to the top of the order, and Gabe Dalton, who reached on an error in his first time at the plate to kick things off last inning, and a runner in scoring position with 2 away for him to tangle with here once again to try and put the lead on the southeast side. Bobcats had 4 at-bats in the first inning with runners in scoring position. Of the 7 brought to the plate, hopping it in for ball number 1 is Slazowski. Tony gets his sign from Nate Glad. He'll check on McCall. Hops it in. 2 balls and no strikes. Dalton. Try and push something here. He wanted that one bad. And a breaking ball for Slazowski fooled him on location. He was looking away, and that went in. 2-1. Backs the runner again. Pitch delivered, bounded foul, third base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away in the top of inning number 2, tied at 2. Slazowski 1 pitch to get out. 0-2. He just missed the outside corner. Oh, that was close. Payoff pitch for Slazowski. Buzzes him high for ball 4. So the 2-out double followed by a 2-out walk, and Jordan Monroe, who drew the no-out walk in inning number 1, will have a crack here. Monroe scoring a run last inning. His second start of the weekend. Slazowski, foul tip into the glove of Glad, goes the swing of Monroe for strike 1. Tony's approaching 20 pitches again in this second inning after throwing 20 in the first. 0-1. Check swing. Foul first base side. 0-2. Talked about it yesterday. Everybody should be, this last weekend in March, should be stretched out to the full limits, 90 to 100 pitches, probably their cap, unless they're pitching really, really well. But Coach Catchell doesn't like to dive much beyond that. If you're going 20 pitches an inning, you're not getting to, through 5 for sure. Slazowski in tight on the 0-2 for ball 1. This is a Southeast team that you have to be wary of. They're very capable of hitting. They proved that in game 2 yesterday, and their numbers have shown that for a number of years. 1-2, Slazowski. Right down Broadway, backwards K gets out of the inning. 2-2, our score, middle of 2. Plainsman will bat next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Head to the bottom of inning number 2, tied at 2 between the Northeastern Plainsmen and the Southeast Bobcats. Brendan Cleland, Jet Misano, Tavish Day due up for NJC. Our second brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center in Sydney, Nebraska. Don't let that injury keep you out of the game. SydneyRMC.com. Cleland played the first game yesterday, went 0 for 3. 3 for 8 in Region 9 play, 4 runs batted in last weekend, and 3 walks drawn. First pitch for Cleland. He watches it by for strike number 1. Cleland was top 3 batting average in a single season in his freshman campaign last year. Replacing Coach Catchell on the big board. Ball 1 away on the 0-1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Spencer hops it in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cleland want to try and get that leadoff man on. You don't want to rely on 2 out like we did last inning. The 2-1 is waved at by Cleland. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Spencer's got good pace on his pitches. Lane's been charged with trying to use that against him. 2-2. Cleland fouls it off and trying to make him moderately uncomfortable. Something they did well in game number 1 yesterday was getting to the pitcher early. 2-2 pitch. Cleland just chipping a piece off. And this is the kind of at-bat that'll frustrate a guy that's cruising the way Spencer is cruising. Yeah, he's used a lot of pitches, but he's pounding the zone, and you're able to kind of foul it off and give yourself an opportunity to make him throw a few more. 7th pitch of the at-bat. Away for ball 3. Full count for a second time in this game. Payoff pitch, Cleland. He will fire it off foul and stay alive as the leadoff man in the bottom of inning number 2. 9th pitch of the at-bat. Spencer delivers it high, ball 4, and able to battle back thanks to foul balls with 2 strikes, and afford Jet Maisano an opportunity to come to the plate. Maisano was the hero yesterday, tying the game in the bottom of inning number 9 and forcing us to extras where Riley Suarez ultimately won it. This is his 3rd time at the plate in Region 9 play this season. He has hits in both of them. The RBI single yesterday to tie us at 8 in the 9th, and a solo shot last weekend against Trinidad. Maisano watches the first pitch in tight for ball number 1. As I said when running down the lineup, when you come up with an opportunity like he did yesterday and succeed, he's earned a chance to start here today. High and tight goes the 1-0, 2 balls and no strikes. Maisano, the redshirt freshman from Aurora. Cleland at first, pitch taken in tight for ball 3, and that long at bat for Cleland has very much so frustrated Wade Spencer. 3-0. Take all the way and take a strike 1. Spencer, who needed 25 pitches in the first inning. Bouncer over to short, takes a hop for McCall. The throw on to first, not in time. Maisano legs out a fielder's choice as Cleland is forced out at second. 6-4 on the putout for those of you scoring at home, and Tavish Day will step to the plate. Day had himself a day yesterday. 5 for 7, 3 runs batted in. Stole a pair of bases and scored 4 runs, including one of those in the come from behind in the 9th inning. Spencer, first pitch to Tavish Day. He gets underneath it and lofts it back foul for strike number 1. In Region 9 play, yesterday's action makes him 5 for 10. As he had gone 0 for 3 in the one game he played last weekend against Trinidad. Spencer, 0-1. Day goes chasing. No balls, 2 strikes. I think even more impressively, he was 7 assists and 3 putouts with a double play turned as well. Defensively yesterday, something that NJC hasn't always had is consistency in that shortstop position. Up the ladder goes the 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tavish. 1 away and Cleland on first. Breaking ball hammered by Day. Deep out to left field. Good day. 4-2, NJC lead. Tavish Day touch them all and bring Jet Maisano home with him. Day with his first home run of Region 9 play. That'll flip us back to the top of the order. And Tanner Peary, who grounded out on a 2-0 pitch in inning number 1. Now with the bases empty and 1 away in the bottom of the second, he takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Wade Spencer, 20th pitch of the inning, slips it away, and down to the pen goes a body. For Southeast, they know how important this one is after losing both yesterday. They've got to get both today to salvage a split. So the 2-0 pitch is across for a strike, 2-1. It's tough to start on the road. It's tough to win on the road in this region. NJC very fortunate that 10 of their first 12 are here at home before 10 straight on the road as the 2-1 pitch is low for ball 3. There's just as much pressure knowing what's coming for NJC, but for Southeast, the ball's hammered by Peary out to left field. Long run. This one carries up and out as well. Back-to-back jacks. Tavish Day, now Tanner Peary. 5-2 NJC. And TP needed that one big time because he hadn't really felt like he was the guy that we knew in the performance regard offensively. He's good defensively, and 2 for 6, you look at it and you go, all right, he is what he is. But none of his contact, even last weekend, felt great. Felt like the Tanner Peary that I knew last year. He was making contact and whatever, hit 333 across the conference. He'd drawn his walks and that kind of thing, but just that swagger, that swing that you expect from, a guy that was a key part of last year's Region 9 winning team. That home run, I think, starting to feel like it's getting back. Now 5-2 NJC after a visit to the mound for the Bobcats. Coons Pump Wall Supply doesn't want you to wait until the last minute for all your irrigation, well, and watering problems. 970-522-2035. McVeigh struck out in inning number 1 and takes the first pitch on the inside corner for strike number 1. Spencer. Ooh. In tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Spencer back, just throwing fastballs right now. Gets a breaking ball there, bounced off, 1-2. McVeigh garnering the start at second and could be the regular in that position for the next little bit. It's the 1-2. In tight, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, another guy that was part of last year's team, Peary, McVeigh, Clark, Cleland. Like all these guys stuffed who's out of the lineup in this game. They should have that confidence in themselves right now. And McVeigh fouls one straight down on the 2-2 to stay alive. This whole inning came because Brendan Cleland battled for a 10-pitch at bat to start it off. Jet Maisano legged out a fielder's choice, then Tavish Day and Tanner Peary go home run, and all of a sudden Wade Spencer at 53 pitches laboring, and that arm in the pen might be replacing him before we get out of the second if McVeigh can find his way on. The count has now gone full, and that's been a great proposition for NJC in Region 9 play. Three and two with 1 away, bottom of the second. Spencer hops it in, ball 4. So McVeigh battles back for the 3rd full count walk of the game. And Nate Glad will come to the plate. Glad drew a walk in inning number 1 on a full count. Lead for McVeigh. Glad with a mighty rip and no contact for strike 1. Spencer, 56 pitches in, 33 strikes, 23 balls, 3 walks to NJC, 4 hits, 2 home runs, ground ball over to short. Could be a double play. Had trouble getting it out of the glove, does McCall. So second fielder's choice of the inning. 6-4 on the putout. George Green will have a crack with 2 away and a man on first. Green came through with the RBI single in inning number 1, now giving him 17 runs batted in this his 7th Region 9 game. Spencer, first pitch to Green, check swing, fell out of the zone and held back from breaking the plane of the plate for ball 1. Glad, lead over at first, pitch delivered. Green takes it inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. George digs in. Spencer, 60th pitch of the game. 1-1. Green hits a towering fly ball. Foul territory behind the bag at third. And making the catch to end the inning. But NJC plates 3 on 2 homers. They lead 5-2 as we head to the third on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Five-2 NJC lead as we welcome you back for inning number 3. 5 runs, 4 hits, an error, and 1 left on for the Plainsmen. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on for the Bobcats. As we head to inning number 3. Our coverage is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan, the home team for your home loan. Find out more by visiting equitable-savings.com, one of their many locations across the area. It's the heart of the order for Southeast due up. Brady Hunt, Jack Hogan, Jacob Perrin in inning number 3. Tony Slazowski back out with his team, gotten him on the front side, but he's had to work a little bit. 41 pitches through the first 2. Last inning, it was 2 out base runners, a double and then a walk. Inning number 1, it was 1 out base or no out base runners that forced him to have to work. Slazowski whips the first pitch off the plate to Hunt for ball 1. Hunt to strike out his first time up. Tony has 3 strikeouts. As he hops 1 in, 2 balls and no strikes. 3 strikeouts, neither run earned. 2 walks, 2 hits allowed. Bouncer back up the middle and out into center field. So make it a 3rd hit as Hunt finds his way on for the Bobcats to kick off the 3rd in this 7-inning game. That brings up Jack Hogan, who drove in the run in inning number 1. That RBI knock for Hogan now gives him 6 on the weekend, having gone 5 for 8. First pitch, he will check swing. He broke the plane to the plate, but the ball got past Glad, so that will be strike one and past ball. Put the runner into scoring position. Hogan, a sophomore from Evergreen here in Colorado, takes the pitch and chips it off foul on the 0-1. 0-2. Nobody out, but now a runner into scoring position for the Bobcats. They've had plenty of opportunities today. 5 of them through the first 2 innings. Hopped in on the 0-2. Count goes to 1-2. Slazowski. Pitch delivered, hot shot to third, snared by Green, thrown across the diamond, and it hops up high, and Clark can't pick it out. Down to third after the error goes Brady Hunt, so that's got to go as an errant throw or an errant field, one of the two. It's an error either way. I'm more apt to go E5 than E3 there, because Clark did everything he could to pick that one out. Green rushed the throw maybe a little bit there. Second error of the game for the Plainsmen. Runners on the corners, and to the plate comes Jacob Barron. He drives one deep out to right field. Cleland will make the catch. He will fire it into second to ensure that Hogan can advance. Hunt comes home, first out of the inning, a sac fly to make this a 5-3 ball game. That brings up Tegan Muncy, who flew out to right center field. And his first at bat to end inning number 1. And Muncy watches the first pitch tail off the plate for ball 1. Slazowski at 50 pitches in tight with 51. 2 balls and no strikes. Slazowski, pitch delivered, grounded to third. Green will go to second for 1, around the horn to first, and did he get it? Yeah, he did. Picked out by Clark. Run comes home on a sac fly, but a double play ends the inning. 5-4-3. 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the third next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Five-3 NJC, bottom of the third, as we welcome you back to Plainsman Park. Brought to you by Culligan Water Softeners, drinking water systems available for rent. 970-427-8080. Riley Suarez, Michael Clark, and Brendan Cleland due up in the bottom of the third inning. Back out comes Wade Spencer, 60 pitches through the first 2. After 35 last inning, he drops the first pitch low for ball number 1. Suarez a triple Came around and scored. Takes a pitch up high for ball one. No, pardon me, he was left on. That was the RBI triple in the first. 2-0. Make it 3-0. Spencer has an arm in the pen that's back and warming up. I don't know that his leash is very long. 3-0 right down Broadway. Take it to 3-1. 4 hits allowed, 5 runs all earned, 3 walks. Misses, make it 4 walks. And the leadoff man is on for NJC in the bottom of inning number 3. That will bring up Clark, who back into the double play, the second double play of the weekend for NJC, to end the top part of the 3rd inning. Clark flew out to center field, wrapping up inning number 1. First pitch, he'll bounce off foul toward his dugout for strike number 1. Plainsman scheduled to be on the road next Thursday at McCook, and then home next Saturday. Will be here next Saturday. Big throw over to first as Suarez dives back in safely. Of course, weather could be a factor. It's maybe bringing something in next weekend. Breaking ball for Clark, hammered up the middle, scooped up, turned around. 6-4-3, the double play, wipes clean the leadoff walk with 2 away in the bottom of inning number 3. So bases empty with 2 outs to Brendan Cleland, who saw a 10-pitch at bat that resulted in a walk, and last inning's 3 runs scored. First pitch up and away to Cleland for ball number 1. I think everybody will kind of make decisions on how things are going to work out and where they're going to play and win early part of the week when the weather solidifies. The 1-0 pitch is across for a strike. As that changes, we'll keep you updated as well. Eastern Plains Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram. When we have our schedule put together, if things change, we'll let you know where we're going to be. Hopped in to Cleland goes the 1-1, 2-1. Softball slated to be at home next weekend for a weekend 4-pack Friday and Saturday against Otero. 2 balls, 1 strike. Spencer with the pitch. Cleland takes by the 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spencer fires it in, and Cleland can't catch up. Leadoff walk, double play, strikeout swinging. NJC has the lead, though, as we head to the 4th. 5-3. It's Region 9 baseball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back at Plainsman Park, 5-3 NJC on top of Southeast as we head to the 4th. Brought to you by Rudy's Tires, several locations across the area, so there's always a Rudy's Tires close by. They bring you Eastern Plains Sports Today weekdays at 3 p.m. new time on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Fully local look at our area sports scene. Lots of great content you can't get anywhere else. Make sure to tune in each and every day. Tony Slazowski will face Berkiasa, Crew Mahler, Chase McCall, 7, 8, and 9 in this fourth inning. Settled things down much better last inning, just at 52 pitches right now is Slazowski, but he's had traffic in every inning. 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. First pitch across the zone for strike number 1 to Yasa, who flew out to shallow center field. Hopped in, goes the 0-1. Count moves to 1-1. Slazowski with the pitch. Yasa fires it off foul. 1-2. Yasa with the flyout in his first one, now 1 for 9 on the weekend. He swings and misses, make it 1 for 10 on the 1-2. Slazowski gets his 4th strikeout of the game and out number 1 in the top of inning number 4. That brings Crew Mahler to the plate for the Bobcats. Slazowski starting him off quickly. Line shot to third. Snared behind the bag by Green. Thrown across the diamond. Can't be picked again as it hopped in front of Clark and past him. Throw down to second. Gets out into left field and can't cut down Mahler. So a third error of the ball game for NJC on the ground ball. And a runner stands in scoring position with 1 out in the top of the 4th for the Bobcats to Chase McCall, who doubled down the line in inning number 2. McCall watches the first pitch by from Slazowski for strike number 1. Part of that great contention of Omaha players, and Millard North, most notably players on the Bobcat team. 0-1 pitch, popped up high, foul toward the Plainsman dugout. Peary got a late start. Tavish Day gave chase. Neither would have gotten there anyway. 0-2. Plainsmen had an error in each game yesterday, have 3 so far today after being relatively clean last weekend against Trinidad. 0-2. Slazowski hops it in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Plainsmen have the lead 5-3 though, thanks to a 3 spot in the second. So quite a bit of baseball to be played though. 1-2. Slazowski with the pitch, a swing and a miss for McCall. He's down on strikes, 5th strikeout of the game. 2 outs. Runner remains at second to Gabe Dalton, who's not been retired today. Dalton reached on the air and scored 1 of the 2 runs in the first, walked and was left aboard in inning number 2. Slazowski high for ball number 1 as he starts Dalton up with 1 up the ladder. Nobody working in the Plainsman pen. There is an arm tossing in the southeast pen, so I don't know that Wade Spencer, who's at 72 pitches, will see the bottom of the 4th. 1-0. Slazowski hops it in, 2 balls and no strikes. Mahler, shallow lead out at second. Southeast only had 1 stolen base across the doubleheader yesterday. Slazowski, 2-0, low 3-0. Definitely had his laborful moments today. Three balls, no strikes. Ball hammered out to left field, and this will make it a 5-4 ball game. Dalton with the RBI single to left. Home on the play comes Crew Mahler. Back within one have come the Bobcats. 2 outs, no less. Able to come through with that 2-out knock is Gabe Dalton. He's aboard for a third time today. And Jordan Monroe, the left fielder, will step in. He walked, came home and scored on the pass ball in inning number 1. Struck out his last time up. Taking off is Dalton. Pitch waved at by Monroe. And Dalton will get second as the ball got between the legs of Glenn. So another into scoring position for Southeast. They look to equal us in the top of inning number 4. Slazowski spins, back pick back to second, and back in safely goes Dalton. Oh, 0-1. Slazowski in tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. 15 pitches this inning through 12 last after 40 through the first 2. Slazowski the 1-1. Ball bounced right back to him. He drops it, but he'll pick it up and toss it on to first and get the 1-3. A run comes across for Southeast to make it 5-4. And JC bats bottom of the 4th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Caden Birch, the new arm for the Bobcats, as he steps in for his 6th appearance of the year. He's been a short-term solution out of the pen this year, has the freshman for Erie. As we come back, bottom of inning number 4, 5 for NJC with the lead. Buckeye Welding Supply knows that you have questions. They've got the answers. 330 South the 11th Avenue in Sterling. Birch went a third of an inning and got an out last weekend in the 15-11 loss. The final game against Otero went 2/3 of the inning. Gave up a hit, but was able to get out with no damage in a 6-5 loss against Indian Hills. Earlier in the season, he'd give him a couple innings. Southwestern, he got a couple innings. Iowa Western, he got a couple innings. He started the Iowa Western game back in early February, did the righty. But he's been largely a short-term solution. He'll be asked to do a little bit more now in the bottom of the 4th. Jet Maisano, Tavish Day, and Tanner Peary. The 3 due up in the bottom of inning number 4. Maisano, a fielder's choice, and came around and scored on the day home run. In inning number 2, takes the first one across the inner third for strike number 1. Birch. High all the way to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. Plainsmen have 4 hits. Day done for Southeast starter. The Maisano 1-1, watched by 1-2. Spencer 72 pitches, 5 runs all earned, 4 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. 1-2 Birch. Breaking ball into the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got Birch up, warming up. And he sat down and got back up again last inning. 2-2 pitch away for ball 3, and I think that second time up you kind of had to get him in there now. 3-2 to the leadoff man in the bottom of the 4th. Birch with the pitch. Maisano ground ball over to short. McCall picks it up, tosses it to first, and that's out number 1. That's the first time this weekend NJC's been retired on a 3-2 pitch. And Tavish Day will step to the plate. Day hit a 2-run home run in inning number 2. That now puts him 6 for 8 with 5 batted in on the weekend. He shows bunt and drops down a beauty third base side. Hard charge, the throw to first just in time to get him. Crew Mahler got up and picked it up. Needed just a shorter hop on that ball to have a chance to turn that into an infield single. Don't necessarily mind that thought there, though, for Tavish Day. But 2 away, bases empty, 5-4 NJC lead to Tanner Peary, who hit a solo home run his last time at the plate. Tanner Peary asked for time to walk up the line and talk with Coach Catchell. When you've seen a easy ground ball to short and then the bunt attempt immediately after that, kind of need to make sure you're seeing what you're getting, and they're in that right spot. Just try and create some discomfort. Don't let Caden Birch kind of settle himself in. Tanner Peary will watch the first pitch up the ladder for ball number 1. Southeast has scored in 3 of the 4 innings they've hit. NJC has just the 2 so far. 1-0, Peary high, ball 2. Kind of always knew 5 probably wasn't going to be enough on this Saturday in game 3 of the series. 2-0, way away, 3-0. Birch in the dirt, ball 4. So the pause before the at-bat allowed Tanner Peary to find his way on, and now Zach McVeigh will step to the plate. McVeigh has struck out and reached on a walk this afternoon. Peary, I would presume, probably moving relatively quickly behind the righty. The first pitch to McVeigh is on the upper edge for strike 1. Hirsch. Peary 2 steps off the bag at first. He'd taken a long time before the delivery finally will come in tight for ball 1 to McVeigh. It's one of those you're hoping maybe Peary will tip his hand on what he's doing on the base pass. Field umpire calls time as Hirsch will now reset. Delivers the pitch on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2, Peary taking off, throw down to second, not in time to get Peary on ball 2, so he swipes the bag again for NJC. And That's his second stolen base on the weekend. Now stands in scoring position in a 5-4 lead for NJC in the bottom of the fourth. Bursch. Driven by McVeigh, first base side, but right into the glove of Burkiasa. NJC gets a runner on, doesn't do anything with him. They lead 5-4. So we head to the fifth on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Five-4 NJC lead as we welcome you back in inning number 5 to Plainsman Park. 5 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors, and 3 left on for NJC. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 4 left on for Southeast. Brady Hunt, Jack Hogan, Jacob Perrin due up in the 5th. Brought to you by Agricultural Accounting. You're a producer, not an accountant. They'll plow through your paperwork so you can do what you're good at. Visit agman.co and set up your consultation today. Brady Hunt takes a first pitch strike from Tony Slazowski. Solid first 4 innings for him as the 0-1 sails off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 of the 4 runs allowed earned because of the defensive miscues behind him. 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. 1-1. Hunt, who has 1 of the hits, watches it by. 2-1. Slazowski, breaking ball. Where was that? He went. They defer down to first and get strike 2. Almost hit himself in the left shoulder with that bat. 2-2. Pitch fouled to the backstop. Count will remain 2-2. I'm no expert at the plane of the plate, but I know the left shoulder's in front of the plane of the plate. 2-2. Slazowski with a pitch. It's driven by Hunt out to right. It's a leadoff single for the Bobcats and the tying run aboard in the top of inning number 5. Talked about it yesterday. This Southeast team is much better than that 1-5 start to the season indicates, and they played a very tough schedule in non-conference play. Some nationally ranked opponents, some teams that have the pedigree in years gone by to do very good things. And really at this point, I mean, NJC and McCook are the only 2 teams inside the region with a winning record because everybody played an exceptional non-conference schedule this year. Hogan, 0-1 foul back, 0-2. So you know that just because you won both yesterday, I mean, we saw it in Game 2. NJC was down 8-4 for much of that game before winning 9-8 in the 10th. You know that this Southeast team can come back from what was a 5-2 deficit as Hogan fouls off the 0-2 and the count remains 0-2. That's largely because of guys like Jack Hogan. hitting 5 for 9 with 6 batted in so far this weekend. 1 for 2 today, but did reach on an error his last time up, so he's been aboard safely both times, and he hammers a ball out to right center field. Long run for Cleland. He's going to go up right at the top of the wall and pull it in. Robbing a home run at Jack Hogan. That one looked like it was out, no doubt, and Cleland timed it perfectly for the F9 putout, much to the applause of his teammates. Hunt was way off the bag. He might have been able to cut him down, but made the safe throw into second for out number 1. That makes amends for the drop ball to start the game. No doubt about that for Cleland as Jacob Perrin steps in. Sac fly for an RBI his last time up as he watches the first pitch by low for ball 1. He has struggled this weekend at the plate. Slazowski 1-0, fouled straight back, 1-1. 1 for 8 and 10 plate appearances for Perrin. He's a .467 hitter this season, so this is not normal for him. 1-1, in tight, off the elbow, and a hit batsman. We'll put runners on first and second. There's bodies in the pen, but nobody working yet because Slazowski's at 80 pitches, but I would imagine we'll see activity here pretty soon as Coach Catchell taking his time, walking exceptionally slowly out to the mound and just pointed down to the bullpen as he'll have a conversation with Tony Slazowski and his catcher Nate Glenn. B&J Plumbing knows that when your plumbing problems arise, they're there to take care of them for you. Call 970-522-3828. Bobcats with Brady Hunt standing at second and now Perrin at first. Single rob of a home run that would have put Southeast in the lead. Now a hit batsman. The go-ahead run is on, and Tegan Muncie fly out and then a ground into a double play with one away in the top of the fifth. Slazowski would like another double play. All popped up, sailing toward the Bobcat dugout, and it gets over the fence and out of play, foul for strike number 1. Muncie didn't play yesterday. Slazowski takes a peek at second. Delivers the pitch. A little fister to the mound. Knocked down by Slazowski. He tags the bag himself. Runners move up to second and third on the one unassisted. 2 stand in scoring position to Burke Yasa. Yasa a fly out and a strikeout in this game. 294 hitter on the season. 12 runs batted in. That's good for 4th on the Bobcat team. Takes ball number 1. Slazowski the 0-1. Can't find the inside corner on his 85th pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Slazowski dusts it low, 3-0. Drew Mahler standing on deck. Mahler came up with a knock his last time up. Ball be hammered by Yasa out to left. Peary has trouble finding it, turning toward the fence. Up, can't pull it in. 3-run home run for Burke Yasa, just his second hit of the weekend, and puts Southeast up 7-5 with 2 outs in the top of inning number 5. I don't know that Peary could have pulled that one back. He turned to his right, back to his left, and ended up getting over the fence for a 3-run home run. That's 3 straight innings now that Southeast has scored, and that's a 2-out, 3-out home run as NJC now trails 7-5, and Crew Mahler to the plate. Slazowski first pitch to Mahler, caught him on the elbow. That's second hit batsman of the inning. And we'll bring Chase McCall, who's doubled in this game, to the plate. Tony Slazowski won't have the chance to get out of it. Pitching change for NJC. They now trail 7-5, top 5 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Javen Baca, the new arm for NJC, as we welcome you back to Plainsman Park. Plainsman down 7-5 and the top of inning number 5. And Tony Slazowski's day is done. He had traffic every single inning. 4 2/3 innings of work. 4 of the 7 runs allowed earned. 5 strikeouts, 6 hits, 2 walks, and 2 hit batsmen. The 3-run home run by Berkeyasa gives the lead to Southeast, and Javen Baca will step in. We saw Baca throw 3 innings in the 11-3 win that was started by Slazowski last weekend. Got 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 run allowed, and 3 hits. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second, and just ahead of the throw goes Crew Mahler. Chase McCall at the plate on what looked to be a hit and run, and he did not make contact. A runner in scoring position for Southeast, looking to add to it in the top of the 5th inning with 2 away. Javen Baca, 0-1, into the dirt. Oh, called strike 2. I'll take it. Baca takes a peek at Mahler. Breaking ball called strike 3 inside corner, so gets out of the inning on 3 pitches. But 3 cross for Southeast. They lead 7-5, middle of 5. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Nate Glad, George Green, Riley Suarez due up as we welcome you back for the bottom of the fifth here at Plainsman Park. Game number 3 of the weekend series between NJC and Southeast. Plainsman trail 7-5. Our coverage made possible by Bank of Colorado. Apply for the loan you need for your dream home. Fully online at bankofcolorado.com or one of their many locations across the area. Bank of Colorado, member FDIC. Caden Birch out for his second inning of work. Birch gave up a runner but was able to strand that runner on last inning. And JC has not scored since inning number 2. The first pitch is ball number 1 to Glenn. Plainsmen also have not come up with a hit since Tanner Peary's home run. 1-0. Glad tattoos a ball out to right field. This carries up, back, got it. Glad getting one back as he drove that ball over the scoreboard out in right field. Plainsman's third homer of the game, and they trail 7-6. Glad desperately needed that one on the pitching change. Him and Coach Catchell had some very loud words for one another. I think maybe Coach Catchell was displeased with a pitch call there that led to the home run, or the way that you were approaching maybe calling the pitches. Took it out on that ball as George Green steps in and waves at the first one from Caden Birch for strike 1. Green has a single, one of the team's 5 hits today. His last time up, popped up behind the bag at third. Birch way in. Green jumped out of the way of that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Birch 1-1. Off the plate for ball 2. How you respond to adversity is big. There is an arm working in the pen for Southeast, because Birch, as noted, he's not really been used as a long relief arm. He hasn't pitched more than an inning since early February. 2-1 pitch was high for ball 3. I think that might actually be the closer that NJC took the walk-off win against yesterday, pitching again. Pitch delivered. Green hammers it off foul. 3-1 becomes 3-2. Green 4 for 10, 3 batted in this weekend. 3-2 offering. Tattoos a ball, but way foul and out of play down the left field line. Green, when we talked to him last weekend, is throughout much of his baseball career been a contact hitter and not necessarily a power hitter, but that's changed over the last 7. So he takes one high, ball 4. So draws the walk again. Tying run is on, bottom 5, nobody out. And Riley Suarez, who has a triple and a walk, will step in. Suarez now on the weekend with the performance so far today. 4 for 8. A homer and 3 batted in with 4 runs scored. Birch. First pitch inside to Suarez for ball 1. And out of the dugout comes one of the coaches for the Bobcats, Caden Birch. We saw this yesterday in the second ball game, I believe. Toward the end of that, after a ball 1, a time called and a visit from one of the coaches. There again is an arm warming up in the pen, but you would like to be able to ensure that you do that in a little bit cleaner situation. And now a second arm is headed down to the pen for the Bobcats as well. So this may turn into a tiered situation. There's a pitching change here. Caden Bursch is being lifted from the ball game now, so we'll have a pitching change when we come back. NJC with the tying run on bottom of the fifth on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back at Plainsman Park in a pitching change for Southeast with a 1-0 count to Riley Suarez. Plainsman trails 7-6, bottom of inning number 5, and Southeast turns back to Will Fledge, who threw an inning yesterday plus. Faced 12 batters and gave up 5 earned runs, 7 total hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He's been the Bobcats' de facto closer, and this is technically a save situation. But given yesterday that he threw almost 40 pitches, I don't know that he would be able to finish this one off. As for saves on the season, and the last 2 outings for him have left a lot to be desired. Was hung the loss by Otero in Game 1 of the series last weekend and hung the loss by NJC yesterday. He inherits Riley Suarez and a runner at first. And the hard-throwing righty is up the ladder to make the count 2-0 now to Suarez. As noted, there is another arm and now a third warming up down in the pen for Southeast. 2-0 pitch. Suarez checks his swing. Did he go? He did not. 3 balls, no strikes. Fledge replacing Bursch, who came on in relief. Inning worth of work for him. He is responsible for the runner on first in George Green. 3-0 right across the zone for strike number 1. Nobody out, bottom 5. 3 spot in the top of the 5th for Southeast to lead. NJC's got a home run already in this inning by Nate Gland. 3-1. Pitch popped off foul by Suarez, and the count goes full. Fledge in this situation technically could come on for a 9-out save, but again, 40 pitches I think was about what he threw yesterday. Probably have an inning, maybe 2 out of him. 3-2. Fledge, low, ball 4. So Suarez draws a walk, and Mike Clark will step to the plate. Clark 0 for 2 today. Knocked into a double play in inning number 3 after flying out to end inning number 1. 4 for 10 on the weekend. He does not have a run batted in. Now would be a good time to tie the game as Green heads to second. First pitch, he shows bunt and pops it up. Easy pull in by the third baseman, Crew Mahler, for out number 1. Runners remain at first and second after the misplayed bunt. Small ball situation, and Brendan Cleland will step up. Cleland on the weekend is 0 for 4, but he did draw a walk that sparked that 3-run second inning and got the Plainsmen the, at the time, 5-2 lead. Cleland, first pitch, low and away for ball number 1. Struck out his last time up. Fledge. 1-0. Cleland checks his swing. Didn't break the plane to the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Suarez at first, Green at second. 1 away, bottom 5. Pitch delivered. Cleland lofts it off foul. 2-1. 1 across on a home run. Still plenty of baseball to be played, and the way these offenses are going, we're going to definitely see another one come down to the wire between the Plainsmen and the Bobcats. Fledge hops it in on the 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. That's the thing NJC had to do yesterday, was just be patient with Fledge. He only ended up with 2 walks, but he was behind in almost every count. 3-1. Called strike on the outside corner, and the count goes full. 16th full count seen on the weekend for NJC. They've reached on 15 of them. Or 14 of them. 3-2. Fledge with the pitch, and Cleland hammers it into the gap in left center field. Green given the green light to round third and come home, and Brendan Cleland with the RBI single ties us at 7. Good route to the ball by Muncie in center field, but Green got a great jump. And Cleland, who robbed Southeast of a home run in the top of inning number 5, comes through with his first run batted in of the weekend, and Jet Maisano will step up. Maisano's reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to short in a double play in this ball game. He bounces a ball over to short, takes a hop off the grass. The throw over to first is in time to get him, and he'll be knocked down on the 6-4-3. But NJC gets 2 back on a solo shot from Nate Glad and an RBI single from Brendan Cleland. Fresh new ball game tied at 7-6 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Head to the 6th, tied at 7 between NJC and Southeast. Game 3 of the weekend series. Hour 6 brought to you by Gordon Insurance. Mitigating risk on the farm with your livestock and in your everyday life. Call 970-526-6139. Javen Baca back on for NJC. Top of the Southeast order due up in the 6th. Gabe Dalton, Jordan Monroe, Brady Hunt. The first pitch from Baca is up high for ball number 1. He came on and needed 3 pitches to get out of the 5th inning. Baca 1-0. Pitch hammered off, foul by Dalton. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dalton has not been retired in this one today. He's reached on an error, walk, and a single. Baca breaking ball in tight. 2 balls, 1 strike. Both teams have 7 runs. Both teams have 6 hits. Plainsmen have left 4. Bobcats have left 5. And JC with 3 errors on the defensive side right now as Baca paints the inside corner on the 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Southeast has an arm tossing in the pen, so that might be all we see of Will Fledge to get out of that inning as Dalton lifts a ball out to center field. Long run for Suarez at the fence. He'll pull it in for out number 1. Long run to get there as deep as he possibly could out to that 390 wall in center field and pulled it in at about 388 feet. 1 away, top 6. And Jordan Monroe will step up. Monroe has grounded out to the pitcher, struck out and walked in his 3 at-bats in this game. First pitch to him on the inside corner for Baca for strike number 1. Bobcats have scored in 3 straight innings, 1 in the 3rd and 4th each, and then 3 last inning. Monroe swings out of his shoes, and the count goes to 0-2. Baca. Fastball past him. Monroe again waves at it. 2 away in the top of inning number 6. That brings up the catcher, Brady Hunt, who singled each his last 2 times at the plate. Hunt scoring runs each time he's singled. He was the leadoff man in each of those innings. As the Bobcats try to salvage a split on the weekend by winning both today, Plainsmen looking to win the series as Baca hops the first one to the plate. 1-0. Win this first one, then the second one is for the sweep and looking to stay solely in first. As the 1-0 pitch is high, 2 balls and no strikes. McCook and Otero are playing today in their series out in McCook after splitting yesterday. Baca low on the 2-0, make it 3-0. Ball's popped up high out to center field and on the grass. Zach McVeigh over makes the catch. And that's that. 1-2-3, Plainsmen and Bobcats tied at 7. Bottom of the 6th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Will Fledge still pitching for Southeast as we come back for the bottom of inning number 6. Brought to you by Gordon Insurance, mitigating risk on the farm with your livestock and in your everyday life. 970-526-6139. 7-7 ball game between the Plainsmen and the Bobcats. And it will be Tavish Day, Tanner Peary, Zach McVeigh due up in this 6th. Just checked over in McCook. They just went final in game number 1 between the Indians and Otero Rattlers. In game 3 of their series, McCook won the first game 12-2 in 5 innings. So that bumps McCook to 6-1 in conference play. NJC at 6-0. Plainsmen and Indians play next week. Will Fledge, first pitch to Tavish Day on the outside corner for strike number 1. Tavish 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run today. 0-1. He hammers a ball deep out to right center field. Long run for both the right fielder and the center fielder. Tegan Muncy will able to track it down out in right center field for out number 1. So we stay tied at 7 and back to the top of the Plainsman order for a 4th time through to Tanner Peary. He's reached his last 2 times at the plate with a home run and a walk. He grounded out in the opening at bat in inning number 1. Fledge, first pitch on the upper edge for strike number 1. Peary found his way on the one time he faced Fledge yesterday. Oh, 0-1. Gets a swing and a miss from Peary. 0-2. Fledge with the pitch off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bobcats have the middle of their order due up in the 7th inning, led by Jack Hogan, who's been their best hitter this weekend. 1-2 in tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For NJC, you'd like to, even if you don't score, if you can get McVeigh up this inning, get to the heart of your order in the 7th as well. That'd be ideal, too. 2-2. Hopped in. 3-2. It'd also be ideal just to take the lead and have to shut down that part of the order in the 7th. 3-2. Pitch delivered, and Peary will find his way on with a knock. The payoff pitch single with 1 out in the bottom of inning number 6 will allow Zach McVeigh to come to the plate. McVeigh lined it into the glove of Burkiasa at first. His last time at the plate, he's 0 for 2 with a walk drawn here today. See how aggressive Peary gets. He's stolen 2 bases this weekend. One away, you don't want to run yourself out of an inning, but Fledge definitely needs to be cognizant of the runner at first as he whips the first pitch in for strike number 1. You want to try and maybe get into his head and help him miss a spot just a tick. McVeigh 0 for 4 this weekend. Fledge, the plate. McVeigh pops it to the backstop foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Find a way to advance the runner. Give Glad a crack. He hit a home run his last time up. Give him a crack with a runner in scoring position. Since it does not appear that the Plainsmen are willing to risk running with Peary right now. They will take off on the 0-2, which is way wide of Hunt. And Peary now stands in scoring position, so a much different situation after the mis-exchange. Hunt thought the pitch was coming much tighter to the plate than it ended up coming from Fledge, and the cross-up between the battery now has a runner in scoring position. McVeigh, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, bottom 6, tied at 7. Fledge delivers it. McVeigh hammers it out to center field. Long run again for Muncy, this time to left center field, and he makes the catch. So 2 away. Runner remains at second to Nate Glad, who's not been retired. Glad has reached on a walk, a fielder's choice, and hit a home run. His last time at the plate last inning. Try and break the 7-7 deadlock. Way up for ball number 1 to Glenn. Done the work to get the middle of your order at worst due up in the 7th, but why waste that time? Glad can find a way to plate Peary. Pitch delivered way inside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Fledge takes a look at Peary out at second. Delivers the pitch. Glad will take the breaking ball by for strike number 1. Not anything he could have done anything with. Two balls, one strike. Fledge again. Double taking on Peary this time. Way in tight for ball 3. And now that Peary is within the line of sight of Fledge, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with that base runner now. Really getting Fledge to seem to be struggling with command. 3-1. Ball bounced. Third base side. Skips foul. It was off of Glad, I believe, in the box anyway, because that one was killed pretty quickly, but the count now does go full once again. Which has been a great thing for NJC the last 2 weekends. Coach Catchell gives his instruction to Glad as he walks back to the plate. You're sending Peary on anything to the outfield. 3-2, 2 away, bottom 6, tied at 7. Fledge delivers the pitch. Glad, check swing, foul. Keeps himself alive. Three and two. Fledge with the pitch. Ball hammered just into the outfield grass in left field. Rounding third and coming to the plate, Tanner Peary. The throw there. He's cut down at home. Great throw in from Monroe. And the cut down will keep us tied at 7. We head to the 7th inning between NJC and Southeast next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We stay tied at 7 after a great defensive play from Southeast to wrap up the bottom of inning number 6, and we head to the 7th. Brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants, Big Firm Products, Small Firm Relationships, westerneci.com. Jack Hogan, Jacob Perrin, Tegan Muncy, 4, 5, and 6 due up in the 7th. Jabin Baca back on the hill, and Baca first pitch fouled back by Hogan for strike number 1. Hogan 5 for 10, 6 batted in on the weekend, 1 for 3 with a run batted in this first game on the Saturday. Second one for Baca in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Baca 17 pitches into relief through just 12 last inning, and Hogan rolls off foul, the 1-1 for 1 and 2. Tony Slazowski got lifted after 4 2/3. Baca has got an inning and a third. Southeast have gotten 2 innings out of Fledge after 1 inning out of Birch, with starter Wade Spencer being lifted after 3. Hogan flares off foul, the 1-2. It gets out of play, and the count remains. Plainsmen are guaranteed to bat in the 7th after getting a pair of hits last inning. They now have 6 hits for the Bobcats as Hogan hits a towering fly ball out to left field. Tanner Peary can't find it in the sky. Fortunately, Riley Suarez did and trots over to make the catch for out number 1. Kind of a hazy cloud sky that caused Brendan Cleland issues early in the game. And Jacob Perrin comes in, sac fly, hit by a pitch and a strikeout, and Perrin offers it the first one, breaking the plane of the plate. The right fielder 1 for 8 this weekend. He's drawn a walk and has the sac fly as well. He hits a big one out to left field. It's out. There was no doubt off the bat that one was getting out. And we talked about Perrin, his last at bat. His numbers this weekend have been indicative of what he's able to do. He got a hold of one and gives Southeast the 8-7 lead in the top of the 7th with 1 away. We saw Southeast quelled with their power yesterday. Andrej Bonk shut them down early, and that power didn't ever really develop until late in game number 2, or middle stages, I should say, in game 2. We've seen the power here today as Baca will now tangle with Muncie, who fouls back the first one he sees. That long ball for the Bobcats. The second home run of the game. Foul tip by Muncie, who's grounded out 3 times, and Baca's ahead in the count 0-2. Breaking ball, pop back foul. We do it once again. Had to take the chance in the bottom of the 6th, did NJC, tied at 7 to try and take the lead. Great throw from left fielder Jordan Monroe to cut down Peary at home. Now Southeast with the lead 8-7. Muncie fouls off his 4th straight, and the count remains 0-2. Baca spins one just off the plate for ball 1. Ladd couldn't quite get that framed across the edge of the plate for the umpire's liking. Baca fastball delivered, popped up, first base side. Clark into foul territory. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 away. Berkiasa, he belted the other home run in this game his last time up. Yasa 1 for 3 with that 3-run home run, and he takes the first pitch for strike number 1. Plainsmen 4, 5, and 6 due up in the 7th. 0-1 low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Baca pitch delivered. Yasa tattoos one. foul down the first base side. Count remains 1-2, or goes to 1-2. Chapin trying to get out with just the solo shot of damage. He will. Swing and a miss. It's 8-7 Southeast, though, with a solo home run. Plains will need to rally. Bottom 7 next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to the bottom of inning number 7, and NJC looks to rally as we welcome you back to Plainsman Park. 8-7 Southeast, and the third baseman, Crew Mahler, is on with the opportunity to shut this one down in a save situation for the Bobcats. This is his 8th appearance as a pitcher this year. 16 2/3 innings of work, 14 strikeouts, 10 walks. Mahler was at third. Burke Yassa replaces him at third. Yassa was at first. Jack Hogan, the designated hitter, replaces Yassa at first. And it will be George Green, Riley Suarez, Michael Clark due up in the bottom of inning at number 7. George Green with a run batted in on a single. He's also flown out and walked 1 for 2 here today. The first pitch from Crew Mahler is off the plate for ball number 1 to George Green. Mahler, the freshman from Lincoln, 1-0. Up the ladder for ball 2. You really couldn't, I don't think, in your right mind continue with Will Fledge out there. 32 pitches today. He was pretty close to 40 yesterday. 2-0 away for ball 3. Save-wise, Mahler doesn't have one this year. 4 of the 6 saves had been Fledge, who's in line to get the win if this score holds. George Green takes a 3-0 across the inner edge. 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff man in the bottom of inning number 7. Mahler. 3-1 offering to Green, up the ladder, ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk. And yesterday's hero to the plate, Riley Suarez, belted the walk-off single in inning number 10. And Riley Suarez at the plate with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. And George Green on at first. Suarez has tripled to plate a run and walked twice this morning or this afternoon. Mahler with Green on. Shallow lead for Green behind the righty, and the pitch way outside all the way to the backstop, and George Green heads down to second, and the tying run is into scoring position. And JC struggled yesterday in game 2 until the later stages with runners in scoring position. They're 3 for 8 today. They were 4 for their last 5, including Riley Suarez's walk-off winner in the 10th. Mahler. Bunt shown by Suarez. He drops it down in front of home plate. The strike thrown to first by Mahler. George Green heads to third on the sac bunt drop down. 1-3 on that putout, and that's exactly what you needed from the quality at bat. And NJC will pinch hit as to the plate comes Braden Stuft. Stuft pinch hitting for Mike Clark. Stuft struggled in yesterday's series, but you have an All-American coming off the bench right now. He's been working on his swing since yesterday. Came to a close, and he smokes it down the third base line. Off the bag and into the corner. It's an RBI double. We're tied at 8 in the bottom of inning number 7. He'd been too wide in his stance. He shortened that stance up and smacked one that was reminiscent of Braden Stuft. And now Stuft, who holds NJC's single season record in stolen bases and leads the team in stolen bases, stands at second with 1 out in an 8-8 ball game in the bottom of inning number 7, and Brendan Cleland at the plate. Cleland for NJC has driven in a run on a single and has reached twice on a walk as well as that single. First pitch, foul ball back, and caught both the catcher and the umpire. 2 for 1 there. And the catcher, Brady Hunt, will walk the ball out to give the umpire time to get the hornet's nest out of his head from wearing that one square off the face. Cleland 0-1, 1 away, bottom 7. And JC looks for their second walk-off of the weekend. Drew Mahler. 0-1, Cleland, home run swing, strike 2 contact. Anything to the outfield will at least move Stuffed up, even on a fly out with his speed. 0-2. Off the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Plainsman trailed 7-5, got 2 in the 5th to tie it. Gave up a solo shot in the top of the 7th. Braden Stuft has tied it at 8 and now stands 180 feet away from winning it. 1-2, pitch delivered. Cleland watches it by in the dirt. Good block by Hunt behind the dish. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One away, 2-2. Mahler to Cleland. Cleland pops it off foul. We'll do it again. Cleland really got this one going for NJC. A 10-pitch walk back in inning number 2 that led to the 3 runs there. He's seen a full count twice. He's seen 2-2 twice more. He's seen hands down the most pitches of anybody in this game. Mahler to deliver the 2-2 once again. Cleland takes it in the dirt, and the count goes full. Only twice this weekend has NJC been retired when the count has gone full. And a time called as Hunt tossed the pitch out to Mahler. Mahler was pointing to his wrist where the pitch call map, I guess, if you will, is, and I think he was just confused as to what was being called there. Mahler, who began this ball game at third, was asked to come in with the save and got the blown save, and now trying to avoid getting hung with the loss. 1 away, bottom 7, 8-8 ball game, and Braden Stuft, who got the pinch hit, tying RBI, standing at second. Mahler, the 3-2. Cleland rips it out to center field. It gets down. Hard charge from Muncie. The throw offline. Stuft comes home. Walk-off number 2 in a row. It's Brendan Clellan that's the hero this time for NJC. As Braden Stuffed comes home on the RBI single, and NJC walks off Southeast 9-8 in inning number 7. Our final line, 9 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors, 6 left on for the Plainsmen, 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 5 left on for Southeast. Brendan Clellan, the hero, brought to you by Premier Farm Credit, Eastern Colorado's a way of life, credit and related services for more than 100 years. PremierACA.com for more. The run batted in the second of the game for Clellan. Tavish Day hit a home run and drove in 2. Nate Glad and Tanner Peary also had solo shots. George Green and Riley Suarez with RBIs 2. David Baca with the win for NJC, and the Plainsmen win the series with another walk-off 9-8. They beat Southeast. They'll see if they can go series sweep. Should start about 2:35, maybe closer to 2:40 for the 9-inning affair. Plainsmen win 9-8 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.